Black Adam, Aquaman 2, and obviously The Flash pushed back yet again. Next up on Just the Talk. So let's get to the talk. And welcome to the TheFlicksPickNTheNitpicks and the Nitpicks, and I am your host, No 718 Man. And DC has done it again, pushed back some more films, and I think there are reasons why, and I believe we will embark upon this discovery. See how I bring it together? But I do believe that it's coming. In a world where we need nothing but content, the only question is if more content from Zack Snyder will cost more or not. That said, I do feel like this pushback is to prep discovery for changes they don't need to make towards the films that will affect the DCEU as it stands, to set the stage for more content for Warner Brothers Discovery's new future. And that will be the new trajectory. Is it a need to get rid of Walter Hamada to the degree that a lot of people feel? Maybe, maybe not, because Discovery needs content. I believe he may go back to horror, or they may let him shepherd where the universe is going as it stands. The only reason why I think it might not is because you're still utilizing the same characters. You utilize Aquaman 2 to be the new direction and all these other variations. Wonder Woman 2 was her own thing going someplace else. So now, how do you go back to a Snyderverse when they've already set the stage for that future that Walter Hamada was setting up, that they wanted, a more marvelous thing? And I think that's what this pushback was really about. Now, I'm hearing things a little bit on the side. I got to do a little bit more research, but I've heard from, listening to other tubers that it's been said that Black Adam was screened and not in good favor. So they're going to go back and fix it. We'll talk about Black Adam another day where I can focus on it. I do feel like the delays has something to do with not just continuity things, also setting up for whatever new content that they need. And where will they want to do most of their work at? They want to invest in the streaming. I don't know if they'll change HBO Max's name or they're going to keep the name or what have you, but it has something to do with that. And I do believe that coming to streaming will be the Snyderverse. It would make sense. But now, if we're bringing the Snyderverse to streaming, the question is will Aquaman 2 get a theatrical release? Will all these other films get? That's way too much money, so they have to. So if they go in theatrical, then what does it mean? You can't have two different universes with actors playing the same characters two different ways. It'd be interesting to see if they could pull it off. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to go with the personalities that's already been set in the universe as it was. I think that's what this is about. Finding a way to get back into the Snyderverse realm of things and embracing darker storytelling. I totally believe that's what this is about. That's what the pushback on the date. I really believe that's what this is really concerning. I think we're going to get Zack Snyder back in some sort of way. That Snyderverse is going to get pulled back. Either that, or as they get older, shut it all down. That's why there's ways to go about it and circumvent it, because these guys are only getting older. And Ben Affleck, I don't know if he'll realistically be wanting to work out as hard as he has and extensively as he's had already, well into his 50s. I'm hoping he does, but I don't know if he will. So we're here. And they're going to have to really go out of their way to hit the ground running. So if they're making secret films and plotting secret things in the background, I believe it around DC. It would make sense. Because you want to at least have a plan before you take over the business. And I think that was part of the plan. And I think they're going to redevelop the Snyderverse and weave it back to a cohesive standpoint and set it up in such a way that the audience can have it organized for them so they can understand what world they're stepping into. But for me, I do hope that this pushback will obviously address the continuity issues, but most importantly, I do want them to really write that out a certain kind of way. Don't leave these characters undercooked while you have extra time and care to polish up the dialogue. Make things that happen, in the film make sense for what the film is not only trying to present, but for what led them up to that point. We have to really be a little bit more critical in terms of all our media consumption if we're going to be as critical as we were with the Snyderverse. So with that being said, with the success of the Batman and how they approached it, maybe they also want to eliminate a lot of the lightheartedness and cut out the goofiness of it, and they want to go back in line with what Zack Snyder was trying to build up his setup. And I do feel like that is highly possible, that they're going to try and fix the tonality of the films so they're more serious, more darker, if you will, but get it closer to in line with what Matt Reeves has been already starting. The feel, the vibe, the energy. Now, the question is now, with it being pushed back again another year, the question is do you think that even that will even come to fruition? Like, do you believe that they'll even make these dates? Because I don't know at this point. The way I just don't know. I do feel that no matter what, with this setback and this pushback on dates, it gives Zaslav another 6 to 12 months to start installing everything that he needs to, have his writer's room together, and figure out a way to stitch this precisely to make such a valid point towards the series that anybody and everybody sitting there watching or listening, or that may even show up to like some screeners thing for it. And if they're not liking it, they're going to go back to the drawing board and change things up around. And I think what it is that people are, because now are want darker film storytelling, like Zack Snyder, the direction that Zack Snyder wanted to take the DCEU, that I feel that with the success of Robert Pattinson, they're starting to realize that this is the tone that people really wanted, which was something that Zack Snyder already had set. And ain't nobody crying about this film is too dark or too this or too that or yada 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 yada. None of that shit. You gotta allow for the storyteller to at least be able to choreograph how he wants to tell the story. I see that at least in this downtime, we have more opportunity for better results, for a better looking Speed Force and how it activates via the CGs, everything. Where we can really see the direction that this is going to go. Because I'm interested. I'm not sure. It's possible they may try to introduce a Superman for Robert Pattinson. I remember YouTuber Grace Rudolph, if you will. I watched her channel and she said something about Kit Harington playing the Superman, and I thought that was a good idea. I really did. I said, yo, that might work. You know what I'm saying? Because he carries that Boy Scout air very well. Like, that's kind of like his shtick. So I could see him be a Superman in Robert Pattinson's world. That being said, let me know what are your guesses and speculations on this recent news and information about this film, or actually a lot of the DCU animated films. Their lineup are now getting set back and pushed back. Leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you think and how you feel. And do you think that this is a wise decision, or do you think that this was too reactionary? As you know how the WB gets down with their reactionary way of an approach of storytelling and doing movies. Let me know in the comments below. And you already know what it is. This is a short one, but as always, leave it in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. See you next time. And as always, till I have a better outro. Chill.